Hello, everyone, and officially welcome to the Compassion Community. My name is Crystal Chan. So what is compassion, right? Compassion here is the commitment to actualize the equality of all humans. So what does that mean? It's not a feeling, first of all. It's a commitment. It's a decision. It's a decision that sometimes might even defy some of your emotions. Like you might not want to treat somebody else like an equal, but it's a commitment to that principle, to that value. I am committed to this, whether or not I feel like it or not, right? Because feelings are fleeting. I might feel like this one day and feel like this even the next moment. I might not feel like it. It's a commitment. It's stable. It's grounded. It's foundational. It's a commitment to actualize the equality of all humans. And what does this have to do with the compassion community and justice and that kind of thing? Well, I found out as an organizer, because I had been trained how to demonize, to see the person that we're creating a movement against as the target, right? So that's automatic dehumanization, automatic. And I found that in my activism work as well as in my personal life, the more that I dehumanized people, the more I actually turned those same values on myself. It's kind of like whatever tools you use are the tools you legitimize, right? And so the tools that I was legitimizing was dehumanization and superiority, which is, a lot of what our country has been founded on. And a lot of why so many people are suffering this very day is because of dehumanization and superiority. Well, when I found out, like, what if I don't engage by these two principles? Like, what happens if I don't push that wheel forward? Because the funny thing is that even as an organizer, I might be working for these lofty goals, right? But if I am doing so by engaging in dehumanization or superiority in a really funny way, I'm actually pushing that same wheel forward. I'm actually not creating a real solution, like a foundational solution, a different solution. I'm actually just building on the foundation that has already existed, which is dehumanization and superiority. So when I started to really go through this, it was really amazing. And that it was like, well, what would my life be like if I didn't engage in these two values? And when I did that, when I really started to make conscious decisions, because again, it's a commitment, it's a decision to actualize the equality of all humans, especially the people I disagree with. That's who I'm talking about. I started to become more whole. And why is that? I started to become more whole, more free. Being compassionate benefits me. It's not something altruistic. It is. It can be. And many times is when it works well, right? But it also benefits me. I become more whole. Why? Because I'm not saying oh, I value all humans, but you're a piece of garbage, like, no. When you do that, you just fracture yourself. You splinter yourself. And the more that you can act with congruence, the more that you're more whole and the stronger you are, right? The whole, united we stand, divided we fall. The more united we can be, the stronger we are. Same thing with the human heart. The more united your heart is, the stronger you are. The more divided, the more fractured you are, fracturing off your values from your actions, the weaker you are, the more pulled you are, the more innerly conflicted you are. And so in this community, we are here to practice. What is that like? What would that look like in my life if I do not engage in dehumanization or superiority? We've all drunk the waters, right? There's nothing, there's no judgment. We have all drunk the waters. We have all been well prepared to take on these two values. But what happens if we didn't? How would our lives change? How would our personal lives change, our social lives change, and our lives change here in community? And that's a lot of what we will be doing. We're going to be practicing in community, developing that inner skill set, those inner muscles, because treating people as equals takes a lot of self-discipline, self-mastery over your knee-jerk reactions. It takes a lot, let me tell you, and over a lot of time. You need to develop new neural pathways in your brain to counteract the patterning that's been in all of us since birth. We do that in community. So what does that look like? What will happen? The only thing I can say is it will likely be something tailored to your very own lives. Because in the methods that I have engaged in, both with myself as well as with the college students that I have taught, through micro steps, ego journaling, and mindfulness awareness, we started to really develop these inner muscles of, when we engage in conflict, a lot of it is actually ego driven. But if you're not aware of that, you repeat these cycles and you go down the same pathways over and over and over and over again. Whether it's within our relationships, within social justice situations, or even in how we treat ourselves. So what will that look like for your life if you do not engage in these values of dehumanization and superiority, but instead of deepest existential equality? What will that look like? Well, the only way you can find out is to try. Give it a shot. And so I'm really excited that you are here and that we are here practicing together. Welcome.